I'm convinced that the most important question to ask in the world right now is who created the COVID-19? And if that's true, if that really is the most important question to ask, my question is this: why is the question not being asked? Well, that's simple. It's because a lot of people are afraid to ask the question. Now, everything I'm going to say in this video is based on facts and research. So if you have a problem with anything I'm going to say, well, that's okay. Do your own research. That's very simple. But I found out that viruses do not exist in nature, and anything that does not exist in nature has been created. The COVID-19 was created. It was created. The following is what Wikipedia has to say in regards to the origin of viruses. And by the way, if you have a problem with Wikipedia, well, other sources say the same thing. Why? Because scientists are confused when it comes to this issue. The origins of viruses in the evolutionary history of life are unclear. Some may have evolved from plasmids, pieces of DNA, whatever. These are assumptions. But it says it's unclear. Why? Because if you trace the origin of a virus, it only leads you to its creator. If you trace the origin of the coronavirus, it will only lead you to its creator. The question is, who created it? That's the question I'm asking. Who created it? Who are these people? Who are these people? Because I found out that it's more than just one person working on this thing. And why did they create it? What was the goal? What was the purpose? And also, I found out that the biggest problem is not the COVID-19. The biggest problem is what they plan to accomplish through the COVID-19. Question is, what do they plan to accomplish? And who are these people? Go on the internet, type the following, Event 201, and you'd find the following information. The Johns Hopkins Center for Health and Security, in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, hosted Event 201. Now, what is Event 201? A high-level pandemic exercise. When? On October 18th, where? In New York City. The exercise illustrated areas where public-private partnerships would be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic. Now, notice, this was before the first case of the coronavirus was reported in China. But this was way before. Actually, about a month before. Right? So, they organized a board meeting where issues regarding a future pandemic were being discussed. In a nutshell, the point of the meeting was...
What was Event 201? It's really fascinating. In October 2019, the Johns Hopkins University pulled together the United Nations, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the head of UPS, Marriott Hotels, Lufthansa, and people from all over the world to run a simulation of a pandemic. But not any old pandemic. Johns Hopkins University came up with a scenario to test these business and political leaders, and it was a coronavirus.
Was that just a coincidence, or are they prophets? No, it was not a coincidence, and no, they're not prophets. They're not prophets. These are the people that need to be questioned. If there's anyone that needs to be questioned, it's the people that organized the event. They have to be questioned. They have to be questioned. And I'm convinced that they have been working on this for a very long time. In fact, I believe they have been working on this for over 5 years now. Why do I say so? In 2015, Bill Gates was invited on TEDx, and he said the following:
"We're not ready for the next epidemic.
We are not ready." Of course we're not ready, because they have been working on this for a very long time. They have been working on this for a very long time. Now the question to ask is this. Okay, why did they create the virus? What was the purpose? It's very simple, I'll tell you. There are three major things they are working on. Number one, one world government. Number two, one world economy. And the last one is one world government. This is referred to as the New World Order. That's how a lot of people would put it, the New World Order. So, and when you think about it, it all adds up. I said in the beginning, the biggest problem is not the COVID-19. The biggest problem is what they plan to accomplish. And I just listed out what they plan to accomplish, even though for the purpose of the video, I'm not going to go into so much detail, but that's what they plan to accomplish. And when you think about it, everything adds up, right? So they have a purpose. They want to accomplish that. While you were at home on TikTok, baby, come give me something. Oh, baby, come give me something. Oh. The governments are creating 5G equipments outside that are going to kill you. They don't want a medicine for the coronavirus. They don't want a cure. That's why they have a problem when they hear that hydroxychloroquine is working for some people. They don't want to hear that. They don't like it. Why? Because they want to introduce a vaccine. Through the vaccine, they can introduce digital certificates. Bill Gates said, eventually we're going to have digital certificates to track the people that have been vaccinated. And of course, for the people that have not been vaccinated, those people are going to be seen as a threat to society. They're going to be seen as a danger because they have the highest risks of contacting the virus and spreading it further. So they want to put microchips in people very soon. Very soon. The president of Brazil made a post on Facebook. It was deleted by Facebook. Why? Because they said it was misinfo. He was only suggesting a cure, a medicine. They had a problem with it. They don't want it. So they said it was misinfo. It was misinfo. So because they disagree with his opinion, or rather because his opinion contradicts their agenda, they delete his post. And I believe YouTube is doing the exact same thing. They all have to be questioned. The WHO also has to be questioned. The World Health Organization, they have to be questioned. Because I think and I believe they are a part of this. Why? Because they had a problem. They disagreed with Donald Trump's idea of closing the border to the Chinese people. Why? I think it's because they wanted the virus to spread. Think about it. Donald Trump is not a doctor, but the idea of closing the border to the Chinese people was the safest thing to do, but they disagreed with his idea, right? They disagreed with his idea at the first place. Why? It's because they wanted the virus to spread, and now that the virus has spread, every other country is doing the same thing. Every other country has now decided to close their borders, but it's too late, and for the other guys, mission accomplished. The Antichrist wants to reveal himself before his appointed time. According to the Bible, the Antichrist's time would be after the rapture of the church, not now. So we cannot accept this, right? We cannot accept him. No, we cannot. This is why I encourage every Christian all around the world to pray, to pray, to pray, to pray. It's very important that you do so, that you pray. And also, I'm calling on the governments of the world. I'm calling on investigators. I'm calling on, investigators all around the world to investigate these specific people. Why? Because they are suspect. If there's anyone that is suspect, it's them. They all have to be questioned. The organizers of Event 201, they all have to be questioned. The WHO have to be questioned. Many of these private organizations, they all have to be questioned because I believe they have a part on this. They have to be questioned. The question is, who's going to question them? My name is Young Preacher. God bless you.